Welcome to another episode of Driving with Mitch. This one's a bit different. This is here in my garage. Tell me in the comments if you've seen those videos, the old Ty Lopez videos. I'm sitting in my road registered, pretty much race car. I thought I'd do something a little bit different. This thing is actually for sale. It's a 2JZ GTE DCT swapped car. So it's got a gearbox out of an M4 and it is unbelievably wild. Probably one of the wildest cars I've got. It's got buckets and harnesses and the good old Nardi. I wanted to take a minute, and it's a Sunday morning. Sebi's birthday. We've just done presents, and I don't know if you can hear in the background, but a couple of minutes ago we had screaming children because they were fighting about something. The joys of having a 2-year-old, 4-year-old, and a 5-year-old. They all want to play with the same thing at exactly the same time. It's so weird. What I'm going to talk to you about today is a bit of trading, crypto trading. So I get messages all the time. Well, the video cut out there a little bit. So I get messages all the time about, should I start trading? Should I follow some of these signal services? There's someone prepared to trade on my behalf. All I gotta do is send some money to an account. So I want to cover the good and the bad of this and what to sort of expect. So part of what I do is I have different signals that I provide my customers based on trades that I take personally. Now, this is something that I've been doing for a really long time. I've got a good experience with it, and I have very strict rules and stop losses in place so that I can never risk more than I can afford to lose. On the other side of things, there's different signal services that are provided anonymously from people on Telegram or on Twitter or in Discord, and some of those work. They're normally pretty cheap to get started. Sometimes you can pay $1,000 and they'll give you like 3 months or so. Other times you can pay $500 and it's a year long, but they're not always proven. And that's the one thing that I'm going to come back to, is you want to follow someone with a proven track record. So you want to have a good look into the past on what their trades are and some of their profitability. And more often than not, they won't actually share how much money they've made or how much they've got in their account, but they'll show you percentages. Now, it's very important to really look at this from a skeptical kind of mindset, because it's very easy for someone to show huge percentage gains and not actually be making any money. Now, with leverage on some of the non-KYC exchanges, some of the offshore exchanges, you can do upwards of 100x leverage, which is risk where you're getting 100 times more capital than you are currently risking. So if you're risking $1, you can trade with $100. If you're risking $1,000, you can trade with $100,000. And the movements of the market are so minuscule for you to get that position completely wiped out. So it's a 1% move of the price in order for that position to close, which, if you've been around crypto, you know that crypto can move up and down 1% in a single 1-minute candle or a 5-minute candle. It is a crazy place to be in. So anyone can go and start trading on one of those platforms, and you don't need a lot of money to do so. So what a lot of these trading groups or signal services do is they're risking $10 per trade, and then they show these 1,000% or 5,000% gains, which they've caught using various different strategies and techniques of technical analysis. They've caught a good trend. And I take my hat off to them on catching a good trend. Even if you're risking $10 and you end up turning that $10 into 5,000%, which is a 50x. So that $10 turns into $500, which is a great trade for that person. But more often than not, these traders or these signal services, they don't show you their losses. So that person, although they've caught that, they might have had 10 trades open in the last hour, and all of those got liquidated, and they might have had 50 trades in the day that all got liquidated, but they're showing you like 1, 2, 3, or 4 of these 5,000% ROI trades that are supposed to get you excited and supposed to get you wanting to pay for their service. So, it's important to do that. Also, if you are using a service, to, just try it out for a month and try it out with a small account. So try it out with a small account of, what you're prepared to lose. Normally these services will provide between 1 trade a day and, 2 or 3 trades a week. So if you imagine you're in there for 30 days, you're roughly getting, 30 trades over the month, and you might want to risk $1,000. So you just divide your $1,000 by 30, and then that's how much you would risk per trade that you take. Don't throw in, a huge amount like $5,000 or $10,000 or $100,000 or something stupid on a brand new service that you haven't tested out, even if their track record looks good. So that's kind of the more positive side of using trading services or signal services. The negative side is there's different, brokers or trading funds that will approach you, and they're normally approaching you cold. So you'll get a DM in Instagram, or you get a DM on Twitter or on Facebook, or you get an email, or you get text messages. A lot of text message scams that are happening in Australia. More often than not, like 99.9% of the time, if you're getting cold approached by these services, they're an absolute scam. I've had, friends of mine, I've had people that have worked in businesses around me approach me knowing that I'm involved in crypto and ask my advice when they've got these emails or they've got these text messages, and they're always scams. It really, really sucks. Like one of the old guys that works has a workshop near mine. He's 65 years old, or maybe even older. He sent $10,000 to some trading fund where they trade on his behalf. And then, they're showing him that he's got a $50,000 balance, and now all he has to do is send them the taxes or the exit fee, which is $5,000 in order to get that 50. So he asked my advice. He's like, it seems a bit weird, but, I don't know this stuff like you do, Mitch. What should I do? And I told him, yeah, it's definitely a scam. And this one was, the domain name was like blockchainorganizationaustralia.com. And it looked really legit. Like they had logos, and like they had gone above and beyond to put this scam together, which, always leads me to think, like, why don't these people just work hard on providing value for people, like on the same amount of effort that they're putting into these, blatant bait and switch scams? They'd be able to really create something amazing. But anyway, so yeah, they're more often than not, 99.9% of the time, a scam. Stay away from them if you've been involved in it or got caught in it. I feel for you. I, very early on, 2016, got involved in a couple of Telegram trading bot scams, which were Ponzi schemes. Didn't lose a huge amount. I think at the time lost $500 to $1,000, but I just put it in to test to see what it would do, and yeah, ended up losing it. Got some friends to sign up. They put in similar money. They lost that as well, and it sucks. And I made that mistake, and 8+ years ago, and I've never done it again. I haven't promoted or pushed any MLM or referral based cryptocurrency program. There's different programs that I've pushed that I've got a commission on, that I've either used the program, seen in the box and seen how much value they're providing, and could see that it was valuable for my customers, and I've sold stuff like that. But I've never sold a Ponzi / MLM thing before. But be wary, be careful, and if you do decide to try out one of these trading services, just try it with a small amount. There is a lot of great ones on Telegram using the Cornex bot. There's also a lot of ones that are not so great. So yeah, stay vigilant, and yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. It wasn't really driving with Mitch because I'm sitting in a bucket seat in my cold garage and it's about 7 degrees, but it was video all the same. That's it for me. Hope you're enjoying this. Thanks for all the feedback. You guys are great. It's really keeping me motivated, and you can probably tell by my voice and my excitement. I had a great sleep last night. I had a really good sleep. I think I just crashed out by 8:30 and I was up at 6 a.m. So I'm up at 6 a.m. every day, thanks to my incredible children. All right, guys and girls, I'll speak to you in the next video.